welcome to Speaker Spotlight.
Thank you. It's like the first one as well, so I'm quite excited.
It is very exciting, and you're the perfect person to start it with. I think I couldn't think of somebody more fitting than Arran to do the Dyslexia Show with. So tell me a bit about yourself, Arran, and why do you want to start the Dyslexia Show?
So, Arran Smith, I'm a severely dyslexic adult. I'm 39 years old, and I was diagnosed with dyslexia at age 9. And it was interesting because someone asked me this question a week ago about why did you start a dyslexia show? And I think it is because of my dyslexia. And then from that point, I kind of went. I found I was dyslexic. I went through education. I didn't do too well in education or in the workplace. But I did get a job working for the British Dyslexia Association. But I stayed in the dyslexia community by being part of a local dyslexia association, going into different arenas around that. And basically, then I got made redundant in 2016 from the British Dyslexia Association, and I could see that the BDA, Patos, Helen Arkell, Made by Dyslexia, and then all these little charities like Leicester, they all did, and Leeds and Bradford, or now Yorkshire Rose, did all these amazing things. And what happened is I went, actually, we need a national event and a national venue that pulls education and parents together, but then also brings exhibitors and kind of have an exhibition. And because I'd seen things like the Vet Show, Education Show, Special Needs London, and I thought, let's bring it together. And that's why I came up with the idea in 2019. And going into its third year is quite amazing, actually.
It is, and it just shows how successful and how needed it is still to have these events and showcase dyslexia.
Well, at the time of we recording this, we are 80% sold on exhibition space.
Wow.
And now, if I'd gone this time last year, we were only not even 50% sold. And we're already over 1,500 to nearly 1,600 people registered. That I was told, Arran, you're the most severely dyslexic person. We're going to support you. So that's for me, actually having something like this that actually puts it in the centre, in the sense it's like it's in a national exhibition, and like I remember the last 2 years that we've ran it. So definitely last year, I think we had over 30 people that had walked past that were going to other events that came to the show, and just because they saw the word Dyslexia Show. So it's an interesting thing, actually. So that to me was kind of like really, really, really powerful to show that actually that there is people still need it, and B, it showed me that actually I still need to do more, because we need to penetrate more people. We need to penetrate that marketplace more. I don't probably like that word, but that's the easiest word that came to my mind at the time. Being dyslexic, that's the word I'm going to use.
Quickly, and we all know, whether we have dyslexia ourselves or we know someone who's dyslexic, we all hear that word, but it's actually the real understanding of what dyslexia is. And I think if you've not been affected by dyslexia directly or any hidden disability, we have that natural curiosity and that desire to help. And I think that's the beauty of the Dyslexia Show. It gives you that opportunity. But for someone, Arran, who's never been to the event before, never heard of it, what exactly is the Dyslexia Show, and what can people expect?
Okay, so Dyslexia Show is a national exhibition. So the logical concept is it's free to register, and you can just register online. And basically, it is a big hall full of exhibition stands. So you walk in and you'll see lots of people. You can walk around and they are either giving you information, advice, or they're sharing stuff, or they're selling stuff. And then round the hall, we've built seminar rooms. So we've got a number of seminars. So there's about 16 seminars for education. There is about 15 seminars for parents. Then 6 seminars for workplace, 5 seminars for individual. And then we have what we call featured theatres. So we have a keynote theatre, which is where we have inspirational talks, and hopefully some famous people talking about dyslexia and their journey. We then have our knowledge theatre, which is all about sharing knowledge around dyslexia when it comes to education and parents. We have our workshop theatre, which is delivering workshops, and then our neurobox theatre, which is all about workplace and individuals. And then this year, for the first time, we have a fifth theatre, which is called the Dyscalculia Theatre, which is a co-located show, which is called the Dyscalculia Show, which kind of has its own little area in the corner of the stand, in the corner of the hall, sorry, that is that. So that's what the event is, and it literally is a room that's full of pink. It's a pink carpet. There's like a coffee shop in there. So one of our sponsors, Texthelp, makes a coffee area where people can sit down. The NEC put a coffee bar in there so people can buy coffee, tea, and coffee. And then basically, you've got the theatres around the outside, and then the stands are in the middle. But in the middle is the keynote theatre, and that's where it is. So no, it is. If you haven't been to an exhibition, then it is quite hard to explain it. But like I remember going to my first exhibition actually in the hall we use. So I actually went when I was 19 when I went to the education show.
Moment then in that case, it's like you've gone back on yourself.
Oh yeah. And that's the thing is like it was in hall 8, 7, 8, and 9. So in hall 8 was where the BDA stand was, and I just when I walked in, I was like, I'd love to do an exhibition. So I've always had that urge to do an exhibition. So that's probably one of the things it came from, but also that, yeah, if you're going to do something that's going to change the community, you've got to do it big.
You know, Arran, as well, I feel like because of your dyslexia, you wouldn't be able to visualize this event. You wouldn't be able to plan this event in such detail to put this together. I think is a real positive example of the dyslexic brain and the neurodiverse brain. Something we should embrace.
I remember going back. So if you think that we started the journey in 2019. It was meant to the first show was meant to happen lockdown 1, the weekend of lockdown 1. That was when it was meant to first happen. Now I could see it. I could picture it in my head of what it looked like when you walked in, what the stands kind of looked like, and probably not vividly, but very much kind of seeing the kind of where things were going, and it's a massive learning curve when you actually start from day one of saying, okay, going to do an exhibition, and just valuing people's ability to talk, which is not hard. It's not easy, but I think that's the other thing for me, that I've looked across the event sector for a long time, and I'm very much in that sector. And there's not many events that have a figurehead that is in the community.
And it's that hub as well. I mean, it's the NEC in Birmingham. It's central to most people across the UK, and it's that opportunity for the community to get together. And you've created that, Arran. I think that's amazing.
That's the thing, and that's the thing. I like to, in 2023 on the Saturday, I sat in the Texthelp Theatre, just watching people. I was like, literally, I just sat there, just in like. I was just like overwhelmed with emotion and watching people. We've got to get the right people there, and that's my biggest job now. Is still carry on. We've got a number of exhibition slots that need to be filled, because that's what pays for the event, and then it's literally get people to the event. And that's the reason why you're here, Lauren, because you're going to interview loads of people, and why we're doing spotlight speakers, and we're going to do maybe some other spotlights, and that's thing for me. It's all about growing awareness, growing content, and making sure people are engaged and go, actually, you know what, I really want to come to Dyslexia Show 2024. Dyslexia Show 2024. Get the date right, Arran.
Honestly,
15th to 16th of March.
It's frightening to think where we're up to and where time is going. But as someone who is neurodiverse, it's something I'm so excited and proud to be involved. So thank you very much for having me. And again, that's my strength, that my superpower is interviewing and talking to people, and that I pride that, because I wouldn't be like that if it was my dyslexia. So it's great to showcase all the talents that come with being dyslexic and neurodiverse. But it's also not just, you touched on it earlier, it's not just the Dyslexia Show, because we've got a Dyscalculia show as well at the event. Tell us a bit about that, Arran.
So Dyscalculia Show has come out from me working with the Dyscalculia Network. So literally, I think it was 3 weeks before Dyslexia Show in 2023, I helped the Dyscalculia Network run Dyscalculia Day. So I managed all their education Zoom sessions, the breakout rooms, and everything. It was quite intense. I like playing with technology, so that's why I did it. And at the end of that, we had an adults event as well. And a lot of these adults went, where's the Dyscalculia Show? And I said, well, let's just say we're going to create it. So because I said it there and then, I was like, well, I need to do it. for me, dyslexia has a lot of research. There's still more research that needs to be done. There's still a lot of awareness that needs to be done about it. But we have some awareness where dyscalculia is still about 30 years behind dyslexia. And that's why we created it. And I know that we're going to have another interview with Kat and Rob from the Dyscalculia Network at some point. And they will be able to give us more insights for them, how proud they are. And I saw Rob this week and how proud he is of being part of something that kind of really is going to, again, put another difference, which is hidden, onto the map. And that's what we're trying to do, is just trying to break down the barriers, get people together, and get people to understand and learn and support and grow that community, so actually people are all involved.
It's really exciting and a fantastic opportunity. And on that, Arran, how can people get involved? How can people get involved with this event?
So if you want to come to either event, you can go to dyslexia.show or dyscalculia.show, and you can just click on the register button. It's free to register. It takes place on the 15th to 16th of March. You can find out more information at dyslexia.show, or you can find it on loads of our social channels. So they're all a little bit different, but if you go to our the Dyslexia Show website, you can find them all there. You can find out loads of information. I said there's loads of speakers, there's loads of people that are going to get involved, and for me, just come and join in the fun. It's free to register. Workplace is a paid-for event, and that's only on the Friday. But everything else is all free to enter the exhibition. And then it's about, if you're an educator, it's £20 per session. If you're a parent, it's £10 per session.
Fantastic opportunity, and we've got so much coming in the meantime, because obviously the event is not until March next year, but we've got so much exciting content, so much promotion, so many speaker spotlights coming up. So definitely keep on our socials, and we'll keep you. It's exciting, isn't it, Arran? It's the build up.
I can't wait. I can't wait, and I can't wait for you to meet these speakers that I've known for such a long time, for you to go and actually find out about them and get some information about them, so then they can do it. And I know that, like, it's going to be amazing.